In the heart of ancient India, where kingdoms rose and fell like waves upon the ocean, a story was born. A story not just of kings and battles, but of dharma and adharma, of loyalty, betrayal, curses, and divine destinies. This is Mahabharatam, the greatest epic the world has ever known. Long ago in the grand city of Hastinapura, ruled a wise and noble king named Shantanu. One day, while walking along the riverbank of the holy Ganga, he saw a woman of unearthly beauty. She was calm, radiant, and divine. Her name was Ganga. Without asking questions, King Shantanu fell in love with her. He proposed marriage. Ganga agreed, but on one condition.
You must never question my actions, no matter what I do.
Blinded by love, Shantanu agreed. Time passed. Ganga gave birth to a son, but to Shantanu's horror, she took the baby and drowned him in the river. She did the same with the second and the third, one after the other. Shantanu was torn apart, but he kept his promise. Until the eighth child, when she tried to drown the eighth, Shantanu stopped her.
No more. Why are you doing this?
Ganga looked at him, sad but calm.
You broke your promise, O king, but I shall not punish you. This child shall live. His name is Devavrata, and he shall grow to be the greatest warrior of his time.
With those words, she vanished into the river, leaving the child behind. Devavrata was no ordinary boy. He was trained by the finest masters, the great Parashurama and the sages of old. He mastered all forms of weapons, scriptures, and wisdom. One day, King Shantanu fell in love again, this time with a fisherwoman named Satyavati. But her father refused to give her in marriage unless her son could become king. Devavrata, to protect his father's happiness, made a terrible vow.
I shall never marry. I shall never father children. I give up the throne forever.
The heavens trembled, the gods rained flowers. From that day forward, Devavrata became known as Bhishma, the man of the terrible vow. Time moved on. King Shantanu passed away. Satyavati had two sons, but both died without heirs. So she called her son Vyasa, a sage born before her marriage, to continue the bloodline through an ancient practice called Niyoga. From this, 3 children were born. Dhritarashtra, blind from birth; Pandu, pale and weak; Vidura, wise but born of a maid. Since Dhritarashtra was blind, Pandu became king. Pandu married Kunti and Madri, but he was cursed. If he ever touched his wives, he would die. So Kunti used a divine mantra to call gods and bear children. Yudhishthira from Yama, god of Dharma; Bhima from Vayu, god of wind; Arjuna from Indra, king of gods. Madri used the same mantra to call the Ashwini twins, giving birth to Nakula and Sahadeva. These 5 would later be known as the Pandavas. Meanwhile, Dhritarashtra married Gandhari, who blindfolded herself for life out of love. She gave birth to 100 sons, led by the arrogant and ambitious Duryodhana. Thus the stage was set. 2 families, 1 throne, infinite chaos. The Pandavas and Kauravas grew up together in the palace of Hastinapura, trained by Kripacharya and later by Dronakarya, the master of warfare. Arjuna became Drona's favorite. He was unmatched with the bow. This made Duryodhana jealous. Then one day, a boy entered the royal grounds. He was bold, proud, and radiant like the sun. He challenged Arjuna to a duel and matched him, skill for skill. His name was Karna, but he was mocked by the royal court for not being a prince. To support him, Duryodhana crowned him king of Anga. From that day, Karna and Duryodhana became inseparable. None knew then that Karna was actually Kunti's first son, born before her marriage, abandoned at birth. Fate had already begun its game. Duryodhana's hatred for the Pandavas grew every day. Bhima, strong as 100 elephants, would defeat him in every game and battle. Secretly, Duryodhana tried to kill Bhima, poisoning him, drowning him, but Bhima survived with the help of the Nagas and grew even stronger. The elders ignored the signs. The fire was building. One day, Dronakarya tested his students. He asked each to aim at a bird's eye. Only Arjuna said, "I see only the eye, nothing else." He was declared the greatest archer, but far away in the forest lived Ekalavya, a tribal boy who had secretly trained himself by worshipping a statue of Drona. When he demonstrated his skill, Drona feared for Arjuna's superiority, so he asked for Ekalavya's right thumb as Guru Dakshina, his offering. Without hesitation, the boy cut off his thumb and gave it. Such was devotion, such was injustice. Duryodhana, fueled by Karna's support and Shakuni's cunning, plotted constantly to bring down the Pandavas. Pandu died in the forest, and the Pandavas returned to Hastinapura under the care of Bhishma, Vidura, and Kunti. Though still children, they were already heroes, but danger was waiting, and the dice of destiny had just begun to roll. In the shadows of the palace, conspiracies were taking shape. In the hearts of brothers, jealousy was turning to hatred, and soon a house of wax would be built to burn them alive.